Well, let's see. I was about all ready for bed, and then we had a new trailer drop. Well, let's see. This is the third trailer to Batman versus Superman. This comes out, or I should say, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice is what the official title of this movie is. Anyways, so this is our third look at the film, and I have mixed feelings about it. Let's see. I did a video way back, and that was with the first trailer. My opinion on the first trailer was okay. Even though I wasn't a big fan of Man of Steel, the first, in this new DC cinematic universe, I'm like, I can maybe give this, Batman v Superman, a shot. All right, the first trailer intrigued me. I was like, okay, they have some ideas working in here. A few of them maybe won't pan out, but I'm kind of intrigued with, the ultimate Man of Steel, the, big bravado guy against a more intellectual guy. While he also has a lot of muscle, he's, a little more grounded, down to earth, and who has a major point that the last movie, even though they say they, had it in the plans, really didn't address, and that is, look around. Superman destroyed half your city, dumbasses. Don't praise him. And Batman's like, I'm not putting up with that shit. This guy is a major threat to our city and to our way of life and to our planet. We got to control this guy, and I like that. I like how superhero movies can do that sometimes. Like we saw that in the Civil War trailer. Um, anyway, so now that we've now that I'm delaying this a little bit, the second trailer too, I'll mention. I didn't do a video on that, but the big Comic Con 3 minute trailer one, I really liked it. I didn't, absolutely love it. It wasn't the best trailer I've ever seen in my life or anything, but it was good. It gave us a glimpse. Yep, they're gonna have those same very. And I one thing, even though I wasn't a big fan of Man of Steel, I will admit those action scenes, not bad action scenes, and scenarios and stuff. And I like that a little bit. And it looks like the action in the second one, like the fight, looks like it's going to be great. Whatever the ending battle sequence, which we figured out a little bit in this newest trailer, looks like it's going to be fun. And looks like Wonder Woman is not going to be the biggest, And that's the one thing, like I said in the second trailer, after I saw the first trailer, sorry, that I was kind of worried about was this is Batman in your title, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, and that Dawn of Justice is a subtitle, or, added on title. Your main title here is Batman v Superman. So bring us, at least for like 65-70% of the time, Batman v Superman, not Batman and Superman and friends. So I was worried, and I kind of said, I was like, unless they do like 10 minutes of the movie being the fight, and then the other 130, 140 being, Wonder Woman skipping, or a Wonder Woman jumping rope, I think I said, or playing hopscotch or something like that, and Aquaman skipping rocks on the lake, then I'm all right with it. Anyways, but yeah, the second trailer definitely pushed us in the right direction, saying, nope, this is actually going to be, for the most part at least, these two on opposite ends fighting each other. And I kind of liked our first glimpse into Lex Luthor a bit, and I liked stuff like that. And yeah, so I was like, I'm on board. I'm on board with this. For the most part, I was like, still, this is the same team more or less that gave us Man of Steel, which I was heavily let down by. And I still say, if you go back and watch those Man of Steel trailers, they still hold up as great trailers. Anyway, so now we have our third trailer for Batman v Superman. It just came online tonight, courtesy of the trailer horde, who is Jimmy Kimmel. Him and Monday Night Football, too. Anyways, I have mixed feelings. I have mixed feelings about this. For one thing, the opening part, um, which is like the whole first minute or so, more or less, is just Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne talking, which I think is a good idea to throw in there. You can't just have Batman and Superman. You kind of have to have those two at odds at one point or another. And they both have great points, about their respective arguments and stuff. And and then Lex Luthor comes in. Um, hmm. yeah, I'm seeing already some early reactions saying, "Uh oh, this is the new Jar Jar Binks," and I'm like, "Nah, he's not quite that bad yet. Maybe in the final movie he will be, but for now, I'm like, well, it's a different Lex Luthor, you know." And I'm a big fan of Jesse Eisenberg, and he can do like, especially, Social Network probably be the prime example. He can do great work if he's got great material. And then while we're talking on the cast here, I do think that Ben Affleck, and I was kind of one of the very few people on board right away with Ben Affleck. I was like, dude, did you see The Town on top of Argo, which was, just won Best Picture? I think it won Best Picture right before, right before they announced who was going to play Batman. A few months, anyways, whatever. And I was like, and I was like, this dude, if he played Batman, this would be cool. I think he's won everybody over. I'll call him Batfleck, whatever. It's I don't think it's way too big of a negative thing for him anymore. Um, yeah, so good for him, and he looks like, yeah, he reminds you he is a good actor. He's a good actor when he needs to be. And I kind of said this of Henry Cavill in Man of Steel. I was like, I see a good Superman in him, and I thought he's a good cast to play Superman. I saw him in Man from Uncle. He was really fun in that. He kind of makes me say, maybe he could pull off James Bond a little bit, maybe. Anyways, but it's okay. He's going to be busy here playing Superman. But anyways, um, and I like the pairing there of those two together in a film. Yeah, Lex Luthor, he's not sure yet. He kind of looks like, because if you look back on the Gene Hackman Lex Luthor, who I adore, and by the way, if you haven't seen my other videos, I think I do mention in all of them. I'm probably in the 1% of people who say, you know what my favorite superhero movie of all time still is? The original 78 Superman the movie. Still is. Maybe a lot of that has to do with when I was a young kid, it was one of the first superhero films I saw. Well, that and Batman and Robin, but come on, I grew a conscience since then. Yeah. Anyways, but it gives you that whimsical feeling of something not of this earth, something superhuman, the ability to fly. And that's, if you read the original tagline on the posters and trailers and stuff, it was, you will believe that a man can fly. And that movie, even though, sure, the special effects are dated, very dated, and it kind of has a more or less what we would now call campy feel to it, still, it makes you believe that a man can fly, still to this day. And still, I think Christopher Reeve will stand for a long time as the definitive Superman. But maybe Henry Cavill and some good films going forward in this cinematic universe maybe can challenge that. Um, anyway, so what was I? Oh yeah, Lex Luthor here. Gene Hackman, I do think, and he's kind of more or less that guy who can be he can be threatening when he needs to be, but at the same time he can be that fun, have a laugh with him, puffing the cigar villain, and and to a degree, I think Jesse Eisenberg has that in his performance, but to another degree, it is going toward that over the top campy feel, and it kind of blatantly sticks out. I mean, up to that point, the conversation between Batman and Superman, even though they're out of costume, is pretty serious, and and then you interject that, and it's kind of all right, whatever. Anyways, I still said, even though everybody liked him in the last trailer, I still said of that last trailer, I said, the red capes are coming, the red capes are coming is a stupid line, and Eisenberg is, yeah, stupid line. Maybe, like I said, maybe it'll make sense in the film, but ooh, yeah, not a great line. And here, there's a couple of those. Anyway, so what else do I have to say here? Let's see, we get a little more look at Wonder Woman, and I mean, I kind of went into a big rant about this last time, but Warner Brothers, I think, did a very, very foolish thing when they cast a woman who was a former underwear model with limited to no acting training or questionable real talent to play without a doubt. And Marvel fanboys can jump on this whatever they want to. You kind of can't deny that Wonder Woman is above and beyond everything else in the comics world the most recognizable and famous, or maybe not infamous. Sorry, that's the wrong word there, but iconic female superhero of all time. And I don't think anything that these movies can create that are new characters or anything like that that'll be made sense will go up to her level of fame. So in her first big spectacle appearance on a film, who do you cast? You cast an underwear model who's worked in a couple Fast and the Furious movies in very small roles. Yeah. And then you go out and get an Academy Award winner to play Batman. Yeah, if that doesn't say anything about the gender disparity in Hollywood, I don't know what. But outside of pay rates and stuff, boy, it's kind of, yeah. Not to say now, and I did make this point last time. That being said, maybe Gal Gadot does have that talent in her, but she wasn't able to get it out in the films that she's been in. Maybe there is something there that we haven't seen yet, and maybe she is a very talented look and a very talented actress. I mean, on top of it, she looked great in the costume. She looks great, period. But looks aren't everything. You kind of have to have a little here. You have to have a little, performance. You have to have a little talent in there. And up to this point, I'm kind of questioning, and I questioned from day one, and to this day, whether or not this was the right casting choice. And I'm still saying at the moment, no. But I will say, as soon as we go into the movie, we have to remember that this is Wonder Woman. We can't change it. This is who's cast as Wonder Woman. We have to live with it. If she sucks, she sucks. If she's great, she's great. We can't do anything about it. Anyway, so and I do like the idea of at least a little bit in the initial idea of, okay, if you're going to bring in, in your cinematic universe idea, you're going to bring in Justice League in a little bit. It's kind of a good idea to at least take a nod to certain characters. So yeah, maybe this is a little overcrowded with having Wonder Woman and Aquaman and potentially Flash rumors and Cyborg in there too. Maybe that's starting to get a little crowded for your first film to have. On top of that, you're reintroducing Batman, a new Lex Luthor, Alfred, and a whole bunch of other characters. Potentially, maybe a Joker flashback. Maybe you're overstuffing and hedging your bets a little bit, but I don't know. Yeah, then again, look at Civil War. Look at the big ensemble cast that they put in that, and some of them, it's their first appearance in a long time. Like William Hurt, who was in one Marvel film way back, and Sebastian Stan, who's only been in two up to this point. Anthony Mackie's only been in a couple, so yeah. Anyways, we're getting off track here. Let's get back to what counts, and that is. Then we kind of go back to some of the action stuff, and some of the dialogue I think is not bad. The stuff that Alfred says to Bruce at one point's great. I kind of like the idea because somebody helped me out here, and I'm thankful that they did. They brought up because I thought at first when Batman says, it's time you learn what it is to be a man, and of course he says it in the voice modulation, which I'll get to in a minute. But I was like, oh my God, no. Please tell me David Goyer wrote that line and not Chris Terrio, who they brought on, who Ben Affleck worked with in Argo, who just won an Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay. Please tell me that they brought him on and didn't write, please tell me he didn't write that line. And then I looked at it, and that's actually a quote from one of the comics somewhere or other. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, if it's in the comics, well, maybe it was a stupid line in the comics too, whatever. But that at least alleviated my fears just a little bit, but still. Let's talk about that voice modulation. Yeah, still kind of thinking about this. I'm not sure how much I like this or if I even like it at all, at least at the moment. But yeah, I think the biggest criticism we can look at in Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy was, boy, Christian Bale sounded like he had throat. So the one YouTube parody video said, "Sounds like he has throat cancer." Where's the trigger? I won't do the whole voice because it's late. I don't want to get arrested. But yeah, it's kind of questionable. That choice of the voice modulator, because it does kind of sound a little terrible. But like I said, I'm kind of on the fence about it. And I said in the last video where I think I mentioned it in the trailer, was the first trailer where he said, "Tell me, do you bleed? You will." That line. I was like, please tell me that's just part of his mechanized suit. And then we see in the trailer, outside of the mechanized suit, the regular Batman suit he has on, he still has that stupid modulator. Oh boy, yeah, this could be. At least I was able to understand it for the most, yeah, like 90% of the dialogue I got on the first viewing of the trailer. The show you, it's time you learn what it is to be a man line was the only line I didn't get. But yep, I don't know why they would have to keep doing that. I mean, Michael Keaton and the other Batmans in the first four films, even Christian Bale to a degree in the first one, Batman Begins, they did a little bit of a different voice than their Bruce Wayne voice, but we could clearly hear the dialogue. We could tell they were trying to change their voice to sound a little more mysterious, but cripes, even George Clooney got that right. I know that's sacrilege to say, but yeah, I don't know, just questionable choice. I wouldn't have done it, but I don't know, maybe it will work out in the film, but oh well. Yeah, so then there are different parts of the trailer. There are a couple action looking scenes and fight scenes that I think will help the film out, and they look pretty good. But here's the big question: what the hell is Doomsday? Well, yeah, and as many people, and they're spot on, and I will steal their words. Sorry to say, and I won't quote anybody, but like specifically, but several people have said it, so I'll start suing each other, not me. Somebody nailed it, and they said that Doomsday looks like the newest Ninja Turtles movie, which I didn't see, but it looks like what the turtles look like, which look like something that falls out of my butt, if I want to put it bluntly. Really, they look like shit, and this looks very shit. Uh, yeah. I'm not huge into the lore of comics, but I do know that Doomsday is kind of one of those end-all be-all villains who kind of if he and like Superman, who pretty much the end all be all of heroes, he would pretty much, like I think I said in an earlier video, or to a degree, or I said it somewhere. If Superman kind of sneezes at Batman, he can kill him, or like break his back or something. Um, but if Doomsday and Superman get in a fight, then it gets like that. Those are evenly matched. Um, yeah. Don't like the way he looks, and it feels like a kind of a forced thing at this point. Maybe it's only your second film, and you're bringing out your big guns of Doomsday. Really, might end up biting you in the ass on that one. Uh, so yeah, that's something that I'm right away. I was like, ooh, no, 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 no. That looks terrible. And again, kind of the same thing with in the X-Men world, Apocalypse right now. I'm like, yeah, I agree. Ivan Ooze, it's Ivan Ooze. That's Apocalypse. That being said, don't mess around with Ivan Ooze. He's a scary mother effer, man. Still to this day, he kind of gives me the creeps a little bit. Maybe it's because that was one of my childhood nightmares. But yeah, I think Doomsday doesn't look great. Um, yeah, I'm kind of not looking forward to that part of the movie. I can definitely see that being like everybody's complaining, rightfully so, about the new Fantastic Four movie, how the villain really was terrible and kind of ruined the last half or so of the Fantastic Four movie, when it was more or less a serviceable and passable film up to that point. Um, Maybe I can just see it already. People saying that, saying oh, the film was great, and then they brought Doomsday in, or it was great, but Lex Luthor and Doomsday were terrible in it. I can see those headlines already. But then again, maybe it'll work. Maybe they'll fix him up a little bit. Maybe again, the movie doesn't come out for about 4 months more or less. They can fix him up. It only takes a couple seconds to color correct and stuff on their supercomputers that they got there to make these movies. So maybe they were just kind of like, okay, just put it out there, but we'll change it later. We'll change it later. Yeah. So but yeah, it looks like the plot of the movie is pretty clear. We're going to get a fight verbally first, between Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne over what's going on here. We'll get something to do with, the court system and the American justice system coming in and saying, yeah, maybe Superman has to answer for what happened in the last movie. And why we didn't do this at the end of the first movie, I don't know. But rather than having the stupid frickin' scene of Superman smashing a satellite down on the ground and some girl commenting about his abs or whatever, however the first film ended, I forget. Instead of something with levity. Anyways, but yeah, I'm thinking this trailer. Yeah, after the second trailer, I was like, okay, I'm on board. I'm going to see the film. I'm going to be at least a little excited for the film. But I'm keeping in mind I have been burned by this cinematic universe before, even though it was only one film in. But still, that was a burn. Man of Steel to me. Now I'm seeing this trailer. I'm like, okay, I can. Oh boy, this could go either way very quickly. And yeah, maybe the first 2/3 of it will be pretty good, and we'll have some great fight sequences, some good performances, a nice story this time. And then maybe the last act will just hack it all to shit. But I don't know. I haven't seen the film, and we'll have to wait on and see. But yeah, I'm kind of this kind of puts me about in the same spot as far as my feelings on, is the film going to be any good, where I was before the first trailer came out. So it's like, okay, here's expectations, for Man of Steel for me. Okay, we'll put them right here. And after I saw the film, for anything going forward, it was down here. Then they announced, Ben Affleck as Batman. All right, you're getting me more interested there. Then an underwear model is Wonder Woman. Yeah, back down to where it was. First trailer comes out. Yeah, okay, you're getting me excited again. Second trailer comes out. This could really work. This could be fun. Third trailer. Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at on this. It could be good. Yeah, like I said, this just came out tonight. Maybe a couple more days to look at it, gestate on, wait on it, and maybe it'll be better or worse, going forward. So that's just my opinion on it. I'm definitely still going to see it, and I'm definitely excited to see, like I said earlier, Ben Affleck play Batman, and I think he'll be a great Batman. And I'm excited to see Henry Cavill back in there, and hopefully he gets a better film this time. And yeah, we'll see how Wonder Woman plays out. We'll see how Lex Luthor plays out. We'll see how Doomsday plays out. All right. That's all I've got.